The EmberBonded Volume 1, The Flames That Bind. Chapter 5, House of Death. Part 1, Shelter from the Storm. The rain came down in sheets, cold, relentless, and loud enough to drown out thought. Thunder rolled through the forest like cannon fire, echoing between the pines. The mists pressed close on either side of the road, turning the world into a narrow corridor of flickering gray. Jasper wiped the rain from his goggles and squinted ahead from his perch atop Camilla's shoulders. I can't see 10 feet ahead. Anyone else still have eyes? Or did the fog eat those too? Keep your grip, Camilla grunted, her armor hissing with steam where raindrops met the heat of her lightning breath. If you fall, I'm not going back for you. Love you too, Scales. Sapientia raised a hand to shield her eyes from the wind. Wait there. Through the veil of storm and fog, faint lights shimmered ahead. Warm, golden, and steady, firelight. Pyraxis' feathers sparked faintly with ember glow. A house, he murmured, alive with flame, though the woods are drowned in rain. Perfect, Jasper said. Let's go in. We need shelter from this storm. Sapientia frowned. It looks like someone lives there. We can't just barge in. Jasper looked down at her from his high perch, rain dripping from his hood. Good. You can lead the way and apologize for us barging in. We need to get out of the rain, and that looks like our only option. He gave a sharp whistle. Let's go, folks. Camilla huffed, but trudged forward all the same, her heavy steps sloshing through mud. The others followed, their silhouettes ghostly in the downpour. As they approached, the fog parted just enough to reveal the mansion looming above them. 3 stories of black stone, steep gables, and dark windows that glowed with firelight. Part 2, the Durst Manor. A wrought iron gate filled the archway of a stone portico. Rust streaked down its bars like dried blood. When Camilla pushed it open, the hinges shrieked like something dying. Oil lamps hung by chains from the portico ceiling, their flames steady despite the howling storm. Beyond them stood oaken double doors carved with ornate scrollwork. Camilla pressed one open. The air inside was dry, still, and heavy with the scent of dust and age. The EmberBonded stepped into a grand foyer, their wet boots echoing off marble floors. On the south wall hung a shield emblazoned with a golden windmill on a red field, flanked by portraits of stony-faced aristocrats whose eyes seemed to follow them. Mahogany double doors set with stained glass led deeper into the manor. Camilla's tail flicked. Cozy, she muttered. Homey, Jasper added, hopping off her shoulders. Just like the orphanage, minus the mold. A plaque beneath the largest portrait caught Sapientia's eye. Mr. Gustav and Mrs. Elizabeth Durst, with their children Rosavalda and Thornbolt. No dates, no warmth, only names. Whoever they were, Malika murmured. They're long gone. Lightning flashed outside, illuminating the faces of the painted family. For a moment, Jasper could swear the mother's smile shifted. Part 3, the hall and the den. The group spread out cautiously. Vega and Lyra padded ahead, eyes glowing faintly in the dim. A wide hall stretched the width of the house, ending in a sweeping red marble staircase. A black marble fireplace sat opposite, above which hung a long sword with a windmill cameo worked into the hilt. The carved walls told stories of vines, nymphs, and satyrs. But when Malika looked closer, she saw the truth hidden in the grain. Serpents, skulls, faces screaming in silence. This house is lying, she whispered. They found a den next, an oak-paneled room filled with hunting trophies. A stag's head, 3 stuffed wolves, a cask of wine on a table between 2 padded chairs. Everything arranged perfectly, too perfectly. Jasper peered at a wolf's glassy eye. If one of these moves, I'm setting it on fire. Please don't, Camilla said, glancing around. Not until we're sure it won't burn the house down. Part 4, Secrets of the Dining Hall. In the dining room, the table was set for a feast, silver plates, crystal glasses, a full 4-course meal steaming as if just served. Jasper's stomach growled audibly. Okay, Now this is suspiciously delicious. Camilla shot him a look. We're not eating ghost food. He sighed, ears drooping. You're no fun. Camilla ignored him, searching a sideboard. She found a pot filled with odd trinkets. A bottle of champagne du Lustamp, labeled Wizard of Wine's Winery. A folded piece of lace with the letter K, stitched into one corner. A vial of dried silphium, a contraceptive herb. A small scroll of parchment tied to wilted sunflowers. She unfurled it carefully. For the light of my life. Gee, Sapientia frowned. This wasn't left for us. These were offerings. The group exchanged uneasy looks. In a nearby cloakroom, they found several black cloaks hanging neatly on hooks and a top hat perched on a high shelf. A yellowed invitation lay tucked between coats. You are cordially invited to join Mr. Gustav and Mrs. Elizabeth Durst for a celebration of the 1-year anniversary of the Durst Mill. 13 Niavre, 348. Dinner and refreshments to be served. Malika traced the date with her finger. That was over 4 centuries ago. Guess the hosts are running late, Jasper said softly. Part 5, The Bloody Warning. They regrouped in the main hall, thunder shaking the windows. Then Malika froze. Someone better come see this. Bloody letters were appearing on the wall above the staircase, writing themselves in jagged strokes. The scent of iron filled the air. Beneath this dwelling lurks a beast who hungers for a bloody feast. He sleeps until the midnight chime, then wakes to feed his dark design. If morsels seek to flee their doom, then bring toward his secret room a gift to soothe his savage mood but mind the servants of his brood. Sapientia exhaled slowly. Well, that's not creepy at all. She looked to Jasper. Satisfied? Haunted. Confirmed. Jasper grinned faintly. I've seen worse. Camilla raised a brow. When? Give me a second. I'll think of something. Part 6. The upper floors. They climbed the grand staircase, Sapientia leading with sword and shield raised. Jasper, still riding atop Camilla's shoulders, smirked. Hey, shouldn't you be looking for the ghosts to apologize for barging in? I suppose, Sapientia said dryly, giving him a sidelong look. If one shows up, I'll be sure to apologize right before I smite it. Laughter eased the tension until they reached the second floor. Dusty corridors stretched out, lined with doors and portraits faded by time. One room held tidy servants' quarters, beds still made, uniforms hung in the closet as if waiting for their owners to return. Elsewhere, Sapientia found a library. Bookshelves reached from floor to ceiling, ladders waiting to be climbed. On the desk sat a handwritten note. Dear Mr. and Mrs. Durst, in light of my current condition, I ask your leave for a brief time away from my responsibilities. I look forward to bringing another member of that family into this world. Yours sincerely, Clara. K. Sapientia murmured. Like the lace downstairs. Malika brushed dust from a globe. A child's nursemaid, perhaps. Camilla sent Vega and Lyra to search the shelves. They returned with nothing but a small book of poems. Pretty, but worthless. They moved on. Part 7. The House Wakes. The conservatory was lined with stained glass and silken drapes. A harp stood in the corner, strings trembling as though touched by unseen hands. As they stepped closer, the harp plucked a single note by itself. Then another, and another, slow, deliberate. The house is breathing, Malika whispered. They left quickly. The third floor greeted them with a clang of metal. A towering iron maiden stood against the wall, its spiked shell glistening in the lamplight. Jasper tilted his head. That's weird. It lunged. The Iron Maiden snapped shut on him and Camilla, dragging them both in. Jasper's cry turned to a snarl as frost burst from his armor, coating the thing in rime. Camilla roared, lightning flaring. Camilla! Jasper! Sapientia shouted, sword blazing with divine light. She and Malika struck together, Vega and Lyra circling unseen. With a roar, Camilla tore the maiden open, freeing herself and Jasper. Together, they hacked at it until its metal shell split apart, screaming like a dying thing. The house groaned in reply. Part 8. The Master's Secrets. At last, they reached the master suite, a room of faded luxury, its curtains torn, its rugs rotten, and portraits blackened with age. A portrait of Gustav and Elizabeth Durst hung above the fireplace. Their painted eyes were cold, almost hateful. Camilla's gaze flicked to a faint bulge under the floorboards. Flesh, moving. She knelt and drove her sword down. Blood welled up from the grain like sap, and the house shuddered. "Destroy it," she barked. But the scream that came next was not from wood. It was from something alive. Hyraxis stepped back, flames dimming. "If that is the heart," he warned, "waking it would be unwise." They found a half-buried scroll near the spot. Camilla unrolled it carefully. "Drasha, I have selected you as the beast's custodian. Should the beast grow unruly, use this shard to soothe it. But begone before it wakes fully at midnight. So long as it draws breath, it is the heart of this house, and no meal shall sate its appetite. Elizabeth." The parchment crumbled in her hands. "The house is alive," Sapientia said softly, "and it's dreaming. Let's not be here when it wakes," Jasper muttered. Before they could leave, something creaked behind them. A closet door swung open, and a broom flew out, striking Camilla square in the chest. She blinked. Did that broom just hit me?" Jasper snorted. "Told you we should have stayed outside." Camilla scowled, grabbed an axe, and hurled it.